My last question will be about the future of chess. And in particular, I'm wondering, like we discussed Kasparov and how he still can play chess at the highest level. I wonder what you think about Magnus, whom you also competed with, especially like whom you defeated in the legendary 2013 Candidates tournament. So how do you think, how long will he stay number one? And how do you think the chess world will look like once he is dethroned? Dethroned, I mean, from the number one rating spot, because it's not clear.
Yeah, we're in a kind of a strange spot as a game right now, because he still is. I mean, his dominance is perhaps less pronounced than during some of his best years, where really nobody could touch him. But even now, this is not a topical podcast, as you mentioned, but because it starts in a week, we are now in the situation where for about 10 years straight, once he won his first match against Vichy, it will feel a bit unfair to Vichy, but still, like this is, I guess, a feeling that will be recognizable to many, that you would play the Candidates tournament, but you would still feel that like it's extremely important to win it, and it's like it's a once in a lifetime perhaps opportunity to play. It's the pinnacle of your career to play a world championship match, but there is still a kind of a final boss at the end of it, right? The Candidates is very much like a prep battle for the final boss that awaits you in the final. And now that he is sort of gone from the cycle, the whole thing feels a lot more open. I absolutely do not want to say. I mean, Gukesh is a tremendous player. He is currently going through things, obviously. Like the way he's playing right now is nowhere near the way he was playing in 2023, 2024. Something is clearly not clicking for him. But there's still no doubt that he's a very, very strong player. But still, all that being said, winning the Candidates in the current situation, and that was also true, I guess, when Gukesh was winning Toronto to play Ding, you felt like if you actually go through that particular crucible and you emerge victorious from the Candidates, your shot at the title is sort of the best it's been for 10 plus years, because there is no Magnus there, right? I don't think it's entirely unfair to either Ding or Gukesh to say that, because I think it's just sort of a factual statement, right? It might sound critical to the current crop, but it's not. It's just Magnus is Magnus. It's a bit strange that he's sort of still around, but we have this situation where the cycle is going independently from him. How long? I mean, in terms of his longevity, I think as long as he is, that's actually also maybe not very true. Because I really like the current crop. Things that, let's say, Noribek is showing right now, or I don't know, Prague for the most part of 2025. It feels like they are getting better at such a rate, and they're still incredibly young. I don't think it's unreasonable to, I keep on sort of jumping back and forth to parts of this answer, but like I wanted to say that Magnus will be number one for as long as he cares to be number one. It seemed like a reasonable answer for a moment there. And then I thought, I'm not 100% sure that's true anymore, because I think some of these guys might actually get to a point where they will be very, very dangerous opponents for him, even if he does refocus and decides that it matters a great deal to him to stay at the top. But I mean, so far, I would still take him over. Like the gap is not as wide as it used to be for sure, but I would still take him over pretty much anybody you could put up against him. And I think it's probably going to be true for a bit. For, I don't know, a couple of years for sure, maybe longer, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a lot more of an open question than it used to be. Both because I think he is sort of slightly drifting away. He's still very good. There are still events which he cares about a great deal, World Rapid and Blitz being obviously one of them. And generally, I don't think he is capable of playing chess and not wanting very badly to win every game. I think it's just not in his nature. But, compared to his absolute prime, I think he is also kind of, his life is a lot fuller now than it used to be. There are things in it which weren't there before. He is now a dad, and he is finally, adulting properly. Which, I wish him luck. Adulting is not as fun as I used to think when I was a kid. Not a huge fan of adulting.